Good evening, Namaskar, Adab. Warm welcome to another edition of Dr. Bhupen. Over the last few weeks, as we've been saying daily, what we've done is that we've simply managed to create this platform, which is your platform. And the kind of feedback that you all have been giving us, it convinces me that this is the future, this is the road ahead. An eclectic panel is joining me tonight to look at a question which has really set alarm bells ringing on one side, and it is making people look at life very differently. Look at the stalwarts we have today. Sri Krishna Kulkarni ji happens to be a great educationist himself, and he is from the family of the founding father of India, the great grandson of Mahatma Gandhi. Sri Krishna Kulkarni is live with us. So what a great pleasure to have you, sir. And he's also now serving on the board of Indian Institute of Management, Kolkata. So he'll have his own take on what do we make out of the kind of steps which are being taken by the government. Another well-known educationist, Professor Dinesh Singh, former Vice Chancellor of Delhi University, is live with us as well. Ashwini Mahajan from the Pradesh Jagran Manch is live too, and there is a reason why Ashwini ji is there with us, and this is the reason. The question which we have tonight is simple: vocal for local. सुनने में बहुत अच्छा लगता है. Vocal, local की बात करेंगे. लेकिन ये vocal, local की बात होगी कैसे? That is what we want to talk about. Is this new Swadeshi mantra? What do we make out of the Swadeshi mantra? Helping us understand this question from a bureaucracy point of view, Vijay Shankar Pandey, whom I have often described as one of the foremost honest bureaucrats this country has seen. Warm welcome to all of you. We got various numbers today, Ashwini ji and Sri Krishna ji. So I just want to begin by these numbers one by one. And I want to play the first graphic on the screen today, and it will help you understand exactly where the story really has been changing. On one hand, the Prime Minister says we must go vocal for local. Very good. But then, what is the reality of India? What is the reality of global brands which are already present in India? And look at this. And we'll stay with this frame for a moment, and I'll get Ashwini ji to talk about this. Ashwini, जरा मुझको ये बताइए आप. If over 90% of smartphone and TVs are global brands, if over 85% refrigerators, washing machines, global brands, nearly 65% toothpaste. You know, हम लोग कहते हैं Colgate भी कोई भारतीय कोई वो नहीं है. Over 50% soaps, shampoos, laundry, 90% hair-related things. So please tell me, Ashwini ji, ये मतलब क्या हुआ फिर ये vocal for local का, सर, अगर ये reality है तो?
इसीलिए तो लोकल चाहिए, क्योंकि आज अगर हम देखते हैं तो पिछले लगभग 30 सालों में जो बदलाव आए हैं, वो बदलाव ऐसे हैं जो पॉलिसी मेकर्स की एपैथी के कारण आए. एपैथी के कारण जो बदलाव इसलिए आए हैं क्योंकि जैसी बदली हुई परिस्थितियां हैं, जैसे आज हम देख रहे हैं कि चीनी वायरस आने के बाद सब कुछ बदला है, और उसके बदलने के बाद उसको रिस्पॉन्ड किया जा रहा है अलग अलग प्रकार से, और गवर्नमेंट तरह तरह के प्लान्स लेकर के आ रही है, पैकेजेस लेकर के आ रही है. लेकिन इन 30 सालों में जैसे हमारी इंडस्ट्री तबाह हुई, आपने जो फिगर्स बताई वो उस तबाह इंडस्ट्री की फिगर्स बता रहे हैं, क्योंकि हम सब चाइनीज माल इंपोर्ट करने लगे. वो चाइनीज, ताइवान से कहीं से, तो उसके कारण जो हमारी इंडस्ट्री तबाह हुई है, उसका सामने जो खामियाजा भुगतना पड़ा है वो हमारे वर्किंग क्लास को भुगतना पड़ा है. आप कल्पना कीजिए कि हम जब भी कोई किसी भी इकोनॉमी से हम पूछते हैं कि जब 165 बिलियन डॉलर्स का हमारा ट्रेड डेफिसिट है, कितना पैसा बनता है ये? अगर इतना बड़ा पैसा जो है वो ट्रेड डेफिसिट के रूप में न केवल हमारी फॉरेन एक्सचेंज की प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट करता है, इसके साथ ही साथ वो ये भी तो क्रिएट करता है कि प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट करता है कि हमारे लोगों के लिए रोजगार नहीं. यानी हम चीजें आयात कर रहे हैं इस बात पर कह करके कि वी आर फॉर फ्री ट्रेड, वी आर फॉर ओपननेस, वी आर फॉर फ्री फ्लो फॉर FDI. बट व्हाट हैज हैपेंड all these years that because of this FDI, the companies which have come, they are not using the domestic content, most of them. और वो सारा हमने 28 कंपनीज का डाटा निकाला और पता लगा ये बात 2012 की है, और उसके बाद और ज्यादा बढ़ा कि 2012 में उनका इंपोर्ट था 25,000 करोड़ रुपए का और एक्सपोर्ट था 10,000 करोड़ रुपए का। यानी कुल मिलाकर के उसके कारण भी आउटफ्लो ऑफ फॉरेन एक्सचेंज हुआ और सारा का सारा सामान जो है विदेश से आया। जब विदेश से सब कंपोनेंट्स आएंगे तो रोजगार विदेश में निर्माण होगा ना। तो आज जो स्थिति बनी है, मैंने आपको एक बात बताता हूं कि एनुअल सर्वे ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज का डाटा मैं आपको बताऊं जी, कोई डाटा नहीं है, ये तो एनुअल सर्वे ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज का डाटा है जी। 1991 से लेकर 2016-17 तक जो हमारे मजदूरों की मजदूरी बढ़ी मॉनेटरी टर्म्स में, वो 7 गुना बढ़ी और इस बीच में कीमतें बढ़ी 6.5 गुना। एक तरफ आप जीडीपी ग्रोथ कर रहे हो 8% की, 6.5% की आप पर कैपिटा इनकम ग्रोथ कर रहे हो और मेरे मजदूर भाई को क्या मिला? 0.01% ग्रोथ। और आप कहते हैं कि बहुत बहुत हुआ। ये जितने इतने वर्षों की जो ग्रोथ हुई है, जो फिगर्स आप दिखा रहे हैं, वो फिगर्स ग्रोथ की दिखा रहे हैं कि हमारे यहाँ उन्होंने उत्पादन किया, लेकिन ये जो ग्रोथ की फिगर है ये बता रही है कि ये रूटलेस ग्रोथ थी, ये जॉबलेस ग्रोथ थी, ये रूथलेस ग्रोथ थी, ये फेसलेस ग्रोथ थी।
So just hold on, अश्विनी जी, रूटलेस। यहाँ पर मैं एक सेकंड मैं आ रहा हूँ, मैं दोबारा आ रहा हूँ आपके पास, क्योंकि आपने बहुत
लोकल की रिक्वायरमेंट है,
आपने
रिक्वायरमेंट है। आपने प्रश्न पूछा कि ये सारी चीजें हैं तो लोकल कहाँ से हुआ? मैं लोकल की रिक्वायरमेंट है, वी हैव टू चेंज द सिनेरियो, बदलना।
No, मैं उसको मानता हूँ कि we have to change the scenario. But firstly, I want our viewers to understand that what is a scenario. So, Shri Krishna ji,
yes.
So, let me draw your attention to the story of pulses, दाल। मतलब बड़ी सिंपल बात है कि भारत में, मतलब बताइए, हम लोग कहते हैं कि साहब हम लोग गरीब लोगों का देश है और हमारे देश में 60% आबादी जो है वो कृषि पे आधारित है। But this is the reality. And you got numbers between April and November 2019. Look at the amount of dal which is being imported. 3.37 lakh tons of tur dal. Look at the other dals which are being imported. 6.12 lakh tons of peas. Then 2.45 lakh tons of chana. मतलब इतना अगर हम लोग इंपोर्ट ही करे जा रहे हैं, 67,000 tons of मूंग दाल, 1.92 lakh tons of urad dal, 7 lakh tons of masoor dal. Matlab, the more I look at these numbers, I wonder, Shri Krishna ji, I wonder that this whole vocal for local, is this just a political slogan which has been given?
No, Bhupen Bhai, I think give me 2 minutes. I will not monopolize the channel. Sure. But I will talk about also what Ashwini Bhai said. But before that, I will try to give you my thoughts on the import of pulses. I'm not going to talk about import of pulses, but we're going to look at this as an indicative of the systemic problem. Okay. So you have import of pulses. Now people import something because there is a demand for it. So we are consuming that much. That's why import is fitting in. Now, so the question that begs to be answered is, why aren't we growing it ourselves? Now, you have to go to the root of the problem, Bhupen. What I find worth celebrating today is because of this vocal for local kind of a slogan, and COVID has forced us, this Wuhan COVID virus, that what it means to be Atmanirbhar. You know, it is important because in such a time, our independence, not just economic independence, but the total independence will be dependent. Somebody can shut off farming. You know, if large number of our farmers don't find farming attractive enough, there will come a generation of our population who doesn't know how to farm. A country which can't grow its own food is for sure down the road for slavery. Okay, so I haven't done a root cause analysis for this, but I want to talk about what Ashwini Bhai talked about, and that is, you know, you showed the percentage of foreign goods in mobile phones and all that. Now, again, here we always take the convenient route out. We'll blame the bureaucrat, we'll blame the government. But my question, I belong to the fraternity of the corporate and the industry. My question is, why is it that every 10 years we need public money to bail us out? We buy technology, we don't ever invest in risky business of R&D. For example, when I was growing up, there was a semiconductor complex that came up in Chandigarh. where hardware where it was capable of fabricating hardware, it got burned down. Today in India, we have technology where people are creating chips, designs, but we cannot fabricate our own. It has to go to Taiwan to be fabricated because we don't have a fabrication place of our own. And industrialists at every 10 to 15 years are importing technology. So when you can't blame the foreigner for coming here. You can't. That's how the World Trade Organization was. If we were economically strong, we could have argued a policy position to safeguard ourselves.
But can I just ask you, Sri Krishnan, can I ask you?
Right.
I believe that what Prime Minister Modi does
is
that he takes great inspiration from, from your great grandfather, from Mahatma Gandhi.
Right.
In 2014, the Prime Minister was talking about toilets for all.
Right.
In 2020, realizing perhaps the scale of this pandemic and realizing that maybe that we don't have too many options before us, he's now again talking about something which was used by Mahatma Gandhi. Do you sense that this vocal for local actually
absolutely I sense it
of what Mahatma Gandhi was trying to do?
If you read a book called Hind Swaraj, you will figure that out. It goes beyond vocal for local. It goes to the point where the basic tenet of vocal for local is if I spend my money, I should spend it in the local. It should go to the local economy. At the end of the day, you have to nourish the local economy also. Take my, I don't want to call them migrant workers, but take the people who are walking back home. Why are they walking back home? Because they left. There was nothing in their villages. We could not provide. Now, how do you empower the village? Which is what Mahatma was talking about. I don't want to call him Mahatma. I would like to say Bapu was talking about. And how do you empower the village economy? Now, this is very, very different. Now, so I'm going to say something controversial, Bhupen Bhai, but I'm going to say it here, okay?
Please.
The only way to do that, and I'm telling you, repeating myself, I'm not representing IIM Calcutta. I'm talking as Sri Krishna. The only way you can do it is when you start equitably distributing the wealth that we generate. In my supply chain, when I was in a corporate, the flab is at the top. You squeeze the profit out from every other part of the supply chain because we work on capital markets and the share bazaar has to jump up. They want more dividends. And so just think of it. If you are a bunch of stakeholders and I am maximizing profit for one stakeholder at the cost of others, will the others trust me?
I agree with what you're saying, but Sri Krishna, my disagreement there is that what you're saying, sir, again, it's very good. No, intentionally very good. But how will it ever be implemented? That's my point. So let me bring in Dinesh Singh on that one. And let me put
just before you bring Dinesh by one line, how will you implement it? Only one line.
Yes.
It is not the economy that has failed. It is the human being who has failed. It's
what?
The human being.
I agree. The human being has failed. Dinesh, for the longest time, Dinesh, in our TV studios, when I was there with Network 18, I don't know, I must have spoken to the topmost global economists of the world who would always tell me that, Bhupen, the problem is that you are unwilling to accept this fact that people have to move away from agriculture and we have to move them away to service sector and we have to bring them to the urban centers. Agriculture cannot be the backbone of this country. Now today, when we are stuck, we're getting food at our own places. Who's giving us that food? So I want to draw attention to imported sugar and imported edible oil. Look at the numbers. The numbers which are there for imported sugar, look at this. These are huge numbers, the import money. Look at imported edible oil. How much imported edible oil is coming into our country? It's well over 13 lakh tons. 13,93,255 tons to be precise. Therefore, Dinesh, I ask you, if 307 million for sugar, 13 lakh tons, of edible oil, we've looked at the story of dal. अगर दाल, चीनी, यही चीज पे हम लोग मैनेज कर पाए दिनेश जी, तो हम लोग किस ये वोकल फॉर लोकल की बात कर रहे हैं? क्या ये सिर्फ एक राजनीतिक जुमला है क्या?
Well, I mean, Bhupen, at the political level, it sounds very good. Vocal for local. Gandhi ji ki yaad aati hai. He was one of the first people to actually bring this to national attention. और गांव के संदर्भ में भी उन्होंने बहुत कुछ कहा था. He was the first at the national level to recognize there is disguised unemployment. वो migrant workers वो सब unemployed है villages में, कुछ काम है नहीं, वो जबरदस्ती करते हैं काम, इसीलिए वो सब migrate किए हैं. तो हमने रूरल सेक्टर को तो बहुत निगलेक्ट किया, बहुत ज्यादा. It isn't just एग्रीकल्चर। मैं आपको एक सीधी बात बताता हूँ, हम इस समय क्यों इस प्रेडिकमेंट में है कि हमारे इंपोर्ट बिल बढ़ता जा रहा है, करंट अकाउंट डेफिसिट बहुत है। यू नो, वी आर नॉट अ नॉलेज इकोनॉमी। भारत की इकोनॉमी नॉलेज इकोनॉमी नहीं है। हमारे यहाँ वह ज्ञान नहीं है हमारी संस्थाओं में जो ट्रांसलेट करे इनटू प्रैक्टिकल आइडियाज। सीधा उदाहरण ले रहा हूँ, एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में मुझे बताइए कि हमने 60s और 70s में बहुत कुछ इस प्रकार के शोध कार्य हुए, नए वेराइटीज आई, कुछ they were miraculous, but they had limitations. The idea of investing in other kinds of activities and technology related, वो भारत में मुझे होते हुए दिखा नहीं। एक वो बात है। दूसरी बात है जो नॉलेज इकोनॉमी की है, आप तो इन पदार्थों की बात कर रहे हैं जो so called low technology, but there has to be high technology behind that to be able to grow that kind of varieties of pulses. But let's just move a little. You look at the electronic import bill. Last year $50 billion का था हमारा electronic import bill. You look at the defense income, defense import bill. India is last year the second largest importer of defense equipment, and we lost the top spot just because Saudi Arabia upped it a little bit and हमने थोड़ा कम किया. And this defense import bill, I mean, for decades हमारे यहाँ हो रहा है. Why do you think that is happening? हमारे यहाँ knowledge economy नहीं है भूपेश. मैं knowledge economy एक ही संक्षिप्त रूप से आपको समझाता हूँ. Let me just explain this to you. If you look at Stanford University, you look at the culture of corporate, economic, industrial culture that Stanford has engendered geographically around it. There are thousands of companies which have taken ideas from Stanford, ideas connected to Stanford. Google, for instance, has come from Stanford. The total economic might of all those companies exceeds $2 trillion. Just one university. अब आप पूछिए कैम्ब्रिज में चले जाइए, पूरे कैम्ब्रिज का जो इकोसिस्टम है, it runs into billions of dollars. वहाँ इतना बड़ा इकोसिस्टम है कॉर्पोरेट का. हमारे यहाँ तो नॉलेज जो है, हम क्या पढ़ा रहे हैं, क्यों पढ़ा रहे हैं, किसी को पता ही नहीं है. ये कोरोना क्राइसिस में देख लीजिए, आप ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी को देख लीजिए, अगुवाई कर रही है वैक्सीन में. इंपीरियल कॉलेज को देख लीजिए, अगुवाई कर रहा है वैक्सीन में. जॉन्स हॉपकिंस को देख लीजिए, किस प्रकार से आगे बढ़ा हुआ है कोरोना को. एक विश्वविद्यालय का नाम लीजिए हिंदुस्तान में जो अपना ज्ञान आगे रख रहा है कि भारत का भला हो इस क्राइसिस में, किसी प्रकार से मुझे तो दिख ही नहीं रहा. और आखिरी चीज है भूपेन, आज सवेरे मैंने एक छोटा सा सर्वे किया. आई रैंक अप सेवरल पीपल whom I know are connected to villages across India. ये मैंने व्यक्तिगत तौर से भी जानकारी ली थी पहले. आज फिर मैंने पूछा कि हमें बताइए कि आप जिन गांवों में जाते हैं वहां कभी भी कोई लाइब्रेरी सिस्टम रहा है? A sort of small localized system of knowledge where people can come, learn, discuss, interact. That's what libraries are for. They're not just for borrowing books. किसी भी गांव में आज भी मुझे कोई लाइब्रेरी सिस्टम नहीं मिलता. मैंने पूछा इंटरनेट पहुंचा है? हाँ, स्मार्टफोन्स हैं, काफी है. किस लिए इस्तेमाल होते हैं? टिकटॉक, ये वो. कोई भी ये कहने वाला नहीं है पॉलिसी प्लानर वगैरह. हाउ डू वी एनकरेज द यूज ऑफ through electronic resources knowledge being poured in and taken out from village systems? वो भी नहीं हो रहा है. तो किसी भी स्तर पे इंडिया नॉलेज के रेल में कमजोर पड़ जा रहा है. That is harming the economy. हम हवाई जहाज हमेशा बाहर खरीदते, चाहे डिफेंस क्यों, चाहे पैसेंजर. अब देखते
I agree, Dinesh, and which is why I'm trying to really break it down to a very grassroots level, a very basic level. Now, Vijay Shankar Pandey has spent his entire life across rural parts of Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand and trying to deal with various farmers' issues. Now, if this is the reality, Vijayji, if the reality is that, recently there was this whole palm oil controversy where Indonesia started coming up with its own take on what should be done. We've seen in the past the extent to which Indian interests have been compromised when it has come to basic food particles. In this kind of a scenario, where on one hand, your basic middle class or upper middle class or rich are all dependent on this kind of a sector, which is completely taken over by the by the big foreign brand. And we are busy importing dal, sugar, etc. Then this slogan, local for vocal, what does it mean, Vijayji? Is it just plain politics, sir?
देखिए भूपेन जी, as I understand, it is only a slogan and nothing is going to happen because it shows the confusion at the political level. You have entered WTO. You are very vocal about FDI. You want to have an integrated economy across the world. You have opened up a lot of sectors with 100% FDI. This has happened during past 6 years, right? And earlier also during 2000, 2004, 2005, 6, all has happened. Now, all of a sudden, after 20 years of opening up and globalization, you start talking about vocal for local. You are trying to sell off all the stakes in all the government sector, everything. So it shows absolute confusion as far as I'll say policy thing is concerned. Leadership has to understand where it wants to take the nation. Leadership has to be very clear in which direction they want to move. They want to move away from the globalization, privatization, and these kind of slogans. They want to look inside. I have no problem in that. The economics can be built. Economics can be built on
fighting India, Shashi Tharoor, 31st January. I mean, what is this fetish?
I think someone has switched on the TV channel. Please,
and then you talk about being secular in your output. So you talk about being the defenders of secularism in this country. How does this work?
I can hear the voices coming.
I don't know. I think somebody I think ended up
switching. So Bhupenji, what I'm trying to say is it shows utter confusion and it is nothing more than slogan. You can't do that. Now I come to the point of import of pulses and all. Bhupenji, it's again failure of the government on all fronts. When you start a very clear policy of purchasing MSP support for wheat, rice, and sugarcane, then farmers are encouraged.
I think someone has got their
So what happened was the farmers stopped, sowing all the pulses, and our production went down. Earlier we used to be fairly okay as far as pulses concerned. Same is true for the oil seeds thing. So it is a failure of the government policies, and our focus on these things was not there. Now come to the village economy. Bhupenji, what Gandhi, I have read a lot about Gandhi ji. I'll just give an example. आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि वो कहते क्या थे. वो एक बार उनके पास एक ग्राम सेवक कहलाते थे, उनके जो वर्कर्स थे, वो एक बार उनके पास गया. उसने गांधी जी से कहा कि साहब हमें जो है 5,000 रुपए दे दीजिए. उन्होंने कहा किस लिए ले रहे हो? उसने कहा साहब ऐसा कि हम विलीज जीप, उसमें विलीज जीपी आती थी, उसको हम खरीदेंगे, जिससे कि अभी आप हमसे कहते हो गाँव जाओ, तो मैं 5-6 गाँव जा पाता हूँ, और आप मुझे जीप दे दिए तो मैं 100 गाँव में चला जाऊंगा और आपका मैसेज फैला दूंगा. व्हाट ही सेड वाज दिस. देखो तुम समझे नहीं मैं कहना क्या चाह रहा हूँ. उन्होंने कहा देखो तुम गांव की मदद करना चाह रहे हो लेकिन उसके उल्टा काम कर रहे हो. कैसे? उन्होंने कहा देखो वो इकोनॉमी जिस काम को करने से गांव का पैसा बाहर जाए वो गांव का नुकसान करेगी. अब आप भूपेंद्र जी इस दृष्टि से देखिए व्हाट आवर पॉलिसीज आर. व्हेन आई वाज चाइल्ड we used to have soap making factories in our village. There used to be a lot of tailoring activity going on. There used to be people coloring clothes and doing all kinds of economic activities. After 30-40 years, everything has vanished. It is our economic policy which has killed our villages. That's why people run away to other centers of economic.
Shri Krishna ji, we got a full 360-degree view, sir.
Right.
Got a full 360-degree view where the bureaucrat on the panel believes that this is plain politics, that we are doing this because we frankly have nothing else to do.
Okay, Bhupen, I'll give you my view, okay?
Yes, sir.
It's very unfortunate that Pandeyji thinks it's politics. I disagree with it. I believe it is never too late to open your eyes. So it doesn't matter if the nation has made difficult decisions, wrong decisions, slightly erroneous decisions. But if I was a farmer, see, still none of them have discussed the root causes. A farmer does not want to grow because when he or she goes to sell it, the middleman takes the money. We are I don't like to say it, but a large cross-section of the people who connect the villages to the centers for consumption are dishonest. And this is what I'm talking about, equitable distribution. I am not somebody who's fascinated with equitable distribution of wealth or socialist schemes. You can cut this circle any which way you want, you'll finally come to the same thing. And that is, how do you ensure that there is enough money in the hands of everybody in this nation? Now, otherwise you will not be able to address the root causes. And what the Prime Minister, in my view, has done is he has opened it. However risky it may be on the WTO and whatever signatories we have been, Gandhiji said, you do Swadeshi, but there was one additional rider, and that is, it is Swadeshi with Swecha. It is not something that anybody can be forced. So if I buy an Indian product as compared to a foreign product in this lying in the same store, you don't have to put up tariff barriers. You understand? And then you have to go into the products. And one of the panelists, Ashwini, I think, was talking about how Indian PSUs got sold out. Now, PSUs got sold out because there was political harassment to the point that they were not profitable. And it is public money. That is why it was. Now, none of these bureaucrats have ever come to the point to give us a root cause analysis. Why did these fail? I used to work with PSUs.
Okay. I mean, it's a fair point. Right. That the Prime Minister wants to put money in the hands of people. I am not disagreeing with the intention. I'm fine with the intention. But Ashwini ji, I want to know, is the situation, the way we exist, the dependence we have on foreign brands, is that dependence just going to disappear overnight because Prime Minister has come up with this slogan?
See, nothing will disappear overnight, but at least to reach at a particular destination, you have to take first step. And this is the first step. सोच बदली है. अभी तक हम WTO, फ्री ट्रेड, हमने ग्लोबलाइजेशन को अडॉप्ट कर लिया, इसकी बातें कर रहे थे. मुझे लगता है कि वहां एक गलती हुई. गलती ये है कि हमें जो भी ग्रोथ है उसके साथ साथ हमें विचार करना होगा कि क्या उसके साथ रोजगार बढ़ रहा है कि नहीं बढ़ रहा, क्या हमारी सेल्फ सफिशिएंसी हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही. हमारे आपने बात की कि बहुत सारे अर्थशास्त्री आपके चैनल पर आकर के बोला करते थे कि भी हमें एग्रीकल्चर खत्म कर देनी चाहिए. आज आप घर में बैठे खाना खा रहे हो तो क्यों हुआ? ये एग्रीकल्चर के कारण हुआ. जब वो कहते थे, मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि अभी सरकार ने तय किया कि हम लोग MSP देंगे 29 आइटम्स पर, कॉस्ट प्लस 50%. आपको मालूम है कितना हो हल्ला हुआ? नीति आयोग में बैठे हुए लोग, सरकारी लोग हैं, उन्होंने कहा कि भैया इससे तो इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ जाएगी. मैंने पूछा कि कौन सी किताब पढ़ के आए हो आप? मैं भी इकोनॉमिक्स का स्टूडेंट हूँ. मैंने CEO जो अपने वाइस चेयरमैन नीति आयोग राजीव कुमार जी को तुरंत फोन लगाया कि आपने कौन सी किताब पढ़ करके ये लिखा है, कौन सा आपने किया है. मैंने उनको 7 ऐसे रिसर्च के भेजे लिंक्स. तो उन्होंने शाम को मुझे फोन करके कहा कि मेरी तो आंखें खुल गई. तो वास्तव में MSP देने से इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ती नहीं है बल्कि कम हो जाती है. इनको मालूम ही नहीं. आपने देखा कि आपने दाल का उदाहरण दिया. आपको मालूम है कि इतने साल हम 14 मिलियन टन दाल उत्पादित करते रहे. 14 मिलियन टन. मैं जब भी किताब में लिखता हूं तो हर साल 14 मिलियन टन. सरकार ने एक साल में एक अच्छा कदम उठाया. उन्होंने कहा कि हम इसके लिए अच्छी MSP देंगे. केवल कहा ही, और किसानों ने 56% अतिरिक्त दाल का उत्पादन किया एक ही साल में. कल्पना कीजिए. तो मेरा ये कहना है कि आप किसान को उसकी कीमत नहीं देंगे तो वो किसान कैसे करेगा. तो मेरा यहाँ पर ये कहना है, मैं यहाँ पर मैं अपनी बात कंप्लीट कर लूं. तो उसी प्रकार से हमने अपने लोकल इंडस्ट्री को प्रमोट ही नहीं होने दिया. हमने कहा कि अगर 1% का भी फर्क है तो हम तो विदेशी लाएंगे. 1% का फर्क कैसे आया? क्योंकि WTO में आपने सिग्नेचर किए और आपने कहा कि हम 40% ऑन एन एवरेज ड्यूटी लगा सकते हैं. देश के लोगों को भी कहा कि हम इसलिए WTO साइन कर रहे हैं. और आपने किया क्या? आपने इस फ्री ट्रेड के नाम पर, ऑब्सेशन के नाम पर, ग्लोबलाइजेशन के नाम पर, जो अभी हमारे को पैनलिस्ट बता रहे थे, उस ग्लोबलाइजेशन के नाम पर आपने जो एवरेज टैरिफ रेट है, जिसको अप्लाइड रेट कहते हैं, वो 9.75% कर दिया. क्या किया आपने? ये सारे ब्यूरोक्रेट्स की मैं यहाँ पर जो ट्रेड मिनिस्ट्री में बैठते हैं उनसे मैं बार बार पूछता हूँ कि आप क्या कह रहे हैं। अभी वो कह रहे थे, अभी बड़ा बहुत बात हो रही थी, आरसीएफ में जाने से देश की बहुत तरक्की हो जाएगी, ये हो जाएगा। मैंने उनको पूरे आंकड़ों के साथ बताया और सरकार की आंखें खुली, और उसके बाद आपने देखा कि 4 नवंबर को प्रधानमंत्री जी ने वहां पर जाकर के कहा कि मेरा दिल नहीं मान रहा है। ये है सच्चाई, ये है मानवता के साथ आर्थिक विकास। और हमें रूथलेस ग्रोथ नहीं चाहिए, हमें जॉबलेस ग्रोथ नहीं चाहिए, हमें चाहिए लोगों के लिए रोजगार, और वो लोगों का निर्माण होगा।
Let me say one thing, because Ashwini ji brought two very important points. I'll give you a very specific example, Bhupen. You talk about 5G technology, right?
Right.
Now look at the way you have local companies who have the technology, but they will never go past the tender specification which some gentleman in some ministry specifies. Huawei will get through it, okay? But that local Bangalore company, because they will ask, are you 200 million, 500 crores? Do you know the background of Huawei? Huawei was started by a People's Liberation Army IT specialist.
Right.
He was given full support by the Chinese government to grow it. Are we willing to do that? Our own people in the government will stop it. Okay. Now that is one. Second point, let me finish. Second point, Ashwini ji said, if it is not profitable for a farmer, why will he grow something? And let me tell you, when because of COVID, the automobile market went down. What did you hear? You had every industrialist talking for socializing the losses. Have you ever heard of them socializing their profits?
Good point.
But wait a minute. Year after year, my farmer is hand-to-mouth living. Have you ever heard of a farmer saying socialize my losses? Now what's happening? And this is a question which hits at the root. Unless you go to the root, Bhupen, you will not be able to answer it. My bottom line is, the Pradhan Mantri has created awareness. It is worth talk. This discussion is happening, is the first step. It's good.
Well, I'm happy that at least someone, believes that what we're doing is a step in the right direction. And when it comes from you, Shri Krishna ji, I take it as a compliment. Other channels or other forms of media may not be interested in this, but I kid you not, I believe that this is the reality and this is what we really need to focus on. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us at this edition of Talk to Bhupen. Every day at 8 o'clock, we come up with one particular topic. Tonight, the conclusion that I draw from all the arguments which have been made is that the Prime Minister's intentions may very well be noble, but the road ahead, not easy at all. According to me, purely on the basis of my experience, this will only qualify to be a great political talking point. It will be a political point more, unfortunately, than an actually actionable point. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Till then, goodbye, good night. Stay well.
Thank you.